Box Speech.
You know, there's a lot of history behind that fight with their dad. It's a good fight. It'll sell well. It's a good fight. Yeah, it's a good fight. You know, I don't know what the situation is with it, but of course that's the biggest fight that I've heard of in a long time. If it does happen, it'll be an exciting fight and a very interesting fight.
Yeah, I think it's a mismatch, to be honest. Just on size alone, he's too big. Eubank Jr. is just too big. He's competed at super middleweight. For others at super middleweight. Down at middleweight now, he looks pretty tight at middleweight. I can't see how he's going to get much lighter. He might do it for the Benn fight because he thinks this guy's too small. A lot of money at stake, a lot of profile. It might open a lot of doors for him. But yeah, for me, it's not the right move for Conor Benn. Personally, I mean, he might prove me wrong, and you know, if you've got something wrong, then you're happy to admit that. But I just think it's not the wisest move. But it'll be fascinating, and he carries his weight. But for me, I think Eubank beats him.
Well, obviously, I'm very close to Nigel and Conor, so you know what I mean. But it's because of the size difference, and you know what weight it's made at. You know, everyone's saying Chris is far too big, but I mean, I think Conor will carry the weight up with him and the power and the explosive. It makes you wonder. You know, it's one of them fights where if Chris Eubank won it, I wouldn't surprise me. But if Conor won it, it wouldn't surprise me either. As a boxer myself and a boxing trainer and a boxing fan, never did I think Chris's son and Nigel's son would be fighting each other years down the line. I commend them both.
A great fight, really great fight. One that's going to draw a lot of interest from everybody. Huge pay-per-view fight. Interested to see it myself. It's all a risk and it's probably the most lucrative fight. Bit of a business move, and I'm sure it's one that he feels is winnable as well. Listen, Conor's physicality, I believe, he can take that up to 156, 154, probably even 160. I think he's going to be extremely fast, punches very, very hard. We'll have to see how Eubank approaches it, but it's a great fight. A lot of history to it, so fair play to both of them. I hope that they both make a fortune out of it.
Everyone goes for the bigger man first. I mean, the bigger man is the stronger man, and he's the guy who's going to hit harder naturally. He's more used to being heavy, stronger guy, which is Eubank. But then Benn obviously has shown a lot of power in his early fights, and he does look very big for the weight. It looks naturally like he's put the weight on quite well. I think Eubank, because he's the heavier guy. But then again, I'm not saying that is going to get beaten. I think Benn has a chance as well. You know, he's a good boxing style. He might want to work from up. I don't know, man. It's a hard fight to call, but I do lean more towards Eubank.
I mean, I'm not that surprised because he was huge in the ring. He's a really big welterweight, and he's super young. For him to go up in weight, not that surprised. But honestly, stylistically, it's a fight he can win. So, which is why they're taking the fight. It's very early on. I think Ben has a lot more in terms of potential and what he can actually grow and do in the sport. But I tip my hat to anybody who's got balls enough to go and jump up 2 weight classes and fight a dangerous guy. So yeah, it's an interesting fight. But again, I think it's a fight that Ben can win. He's younger and he's got the momentum. He's got a lot of momentum right now. He's growing. He's very confident. You know, he's got that. Momentum's a big deal in this sport.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I think the promo for it is great as well. The way the poster looks with the dads at the bottom. I think Conor's really explosive. I really like Conor, and I know a lot of people are writing him off, but I think he's fast, he's explosive, and I think if he gets to Chris early, you know, maybe he gets it.
I don't know, wherever they get it on, it's a decent fight. I mean, everyone will buy into that because of their fathers, and no doubt about that. Yeah, I think people will buy into that. I'm quite sure they will buy into that.
They're just not the same size. It's just not safe. Don't agree with it. I don't like it. I just think if they thought Conor Benn was going to be the best 147 in 12 months' time after Spencer Crawford, this wouldn't be happening. Yeah. Do they think he can beat Ennis? Do they think he can beat Ortiz? Based on the fact that they're taking Eubank now, I don't think so. I don't think they're confident he can. I like Conor Benn. I rate him. I just think it's a mad matchup, really. I'm not sure why it's happening now.
You know, I look on his WhatsApp and he's up in the gym and he's running all these long runs at up past 5s and up at 4, and he's doing it for his family's name. Where I think Eubank is just doing it because, you know, it's good money and, you know, it's attention and he's enjoying the attention. But, you know, don't forget there's business there. And, you know, someone's coming and he's going to come hard. He will never become world champion as long as he's got a hole in his arse, because there's one thing he can't do, and that's box. I stand by that statement as long as my name's Billy Joe Saunders. If I was given £100 and had to put it on, most definitely it would be on Conor Benn.
Listen, tremendous fight. And for the public, glad it's being made. You're asking me to analyse it. I've got to pick Eubank.
Yeah, no doubts in that fight, October 8th. You're going to see one of the biggest fights the country's ever witnessed, because everybody's talking about it. This is just another plot twist to Eubank Benn 3, if that's what you want to call it, and everybody fully on board, everybody ready for a huge fight.
Yeah. Not really bothered, really. I'm really not bothered. I'm really not. And Neil Williams gave him a hard fight. I'm not knocking him. It won't be like what Conor would do. Completely different. All Conor's got to do is put it on him. That's it. Make him fight 12 rounds. make him fight.
He just wants to fight. He just wants to fight everyone now. If anything, he has to be protected for himself. Because he'll fight any man in his dog tomorrow.